Hi everyone, it is Lisa Ran here. So excited to be with you another time this week. And I'm going to be talking to Eva Dalgety, who is a social media expert and who will be featuring on my Women in Business panel for the second time for my International Women's Day celebration event, which is going to be happening on Saturday, the 16th of March. So I'm looking forward to that because we have got some great speakers on the day, a great panelist on the day, and of course, we are going to have loads of lovely ladies, professional women who can bring their children along. What networking events can really say that? Bring your children along to this event. Let's share and share alike and pull all of our women together. So I see that Eva is online, bang on time. That's fantastic. Thank you, Eva. I'm going to bring you in now. And I'm also going to be busy clicking the invite button for a second so we can get. If you don't know, I am Lisa Ran. I'm personal development coach, author and speaker, and I run empowerment events. And we are now joined by the lovely Eva Dalgety, the social media expert. Hello, Eva.
Hello, good evening to you and to all.
How are you?
I am good, I'm good, feeling good.
Good. So could you introduce yourself, Eva, to anyone that's watching, who you are, what you do? And then we'll give a little snippet about what you'll be up to at the event that we'll be doing together.
Okay, well, as most of you know, I'm Eva Dalgety and I'm a social media strategist. My experience basically comes from running my Dalgety Herbal Tea business with my brother, who is the CEO of that company. And I control all the online aspects. So a lot of the strategies that I teach, I do it on my own business, basically to generate leads and convert prospects into customers. So I'm teaching from a point of view of experience. Yeah. And I still run that business and still generate sales every day. Yeah.
Absolutely, including me. I'm always buying the Dalgety teas.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I love herbal teas, so it's perfect for me. All right. So today we're going to be doing 3 ways that you can maximize social media. So we're going to pick your brains and get into your social media expertise. So do you want to just take it away, Eva?
Okay. As a social media strategist, so I'm thinking, what is 3 ways that people could use right now, or 3 ways I think they should be doing in order to maximize their business? I think one of the things people are not doing necessarily is setting goals. You know, every quarter or every 6 months or every year, you should set a social media goal. I mean, social media goals could be anything from building awareness for an offer so that you could build an email list. It could be generating traffic to your website. It could be dealing with repetition management, so the customer service. But the important thing is that you just need to be able to set a goal so that you can measure it. Started on my herbal tea business, what I was looking to do was to get traffic to my website. So make people aware that I was really willing to offer a free sample of tea. So a lot of the posts I put out was to offer this tea, not necessarily to build likes. So it just really depends on what your goal is, and that is what you're going to achieve with social media. So people need to understand that there's listening goals, there's networking goals, there is building a social influence goal, so sort of building your brand, and there's also selling goals. And most of the posts that you will put out should fall into one of those categories. If not, you're just posting and not sure what's happening. Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that you need to have a clear strategy.
Yeah,
you should have that you find.
Yes, and a lot of times I think people are just posting for posting's sake, and they're checking many likes. But if you have a goal, those type of things don't influence you because you know how to measure that at some stage. Okay. Another thing I think for people.
One thing. Sorry to stop you, Eva. I've got a question that I think a lot of people would love to know the answer to, because you mentioned there that people go a lot for the likes on these posts, right?
Yeah.
So what is it people should be really aiming for? Are we going for this like for like community, or is it about building engagement?
I would say more building engagement. And likes could be engagement, but it depends. Some people just like a post for liking's sake. That doesn't mean that they want your services. And I think sometimes people get concerned if they're not getting likes. you know?
Yeah.
So I go for engagement. And that is why I say it's important to know what is your
Okay.
goal. Because then if you are putting a link in, you'll be going for link clicks, you know, or,
Yes.
you know, if you got an offer in, you'll be looking to see how that's converting, as opposed to just worrying whether you've got enough likes for that particular post, you know. So I tend to go more for engagement, you know, and
Okay.
that is why I
Okay.
think sometimes one of the ways to measure that as well is to post on your page and then reshare on your personal profile, because the
Mm-hmm.
analytics isn't on the personal profile, it's more on your page,
A
on your
business
business
page,
page, your
yes.
fan
And do you
page.
think, you know, with the clients that you've had, Eva, do you find that people know the difference between the business page and how that works and the personal page and using that for business?
Not always, and it's also no,
Okay.
not always. It depends on a lot of factors. If they're just coming into
Mm-hmm.
business and just getting on social media, they tend not to know the difference. If they've been around for a while, they would have
Mm-hmm.
explored that. So it really just depends
Yeah.
on where their experience lies, you know. So yeah, you
Okay.
know. So
Excellent.
yeah, so
Thank you.
that's one thing about it. I mean, the same goes to Twitter, this Twitter analytics. You know, you might think, oh, nobody's
Mm,
interacting, but go and have a look and see what is the impressions. Go and see which
mm,
post was getting your message out most, you know. So engagement is quite high on my priority. I think the second tip is
yes.
to be and stay relevant. And you might ask, what do I mean
Yes.
by that? Being relevant means that you sort of doing a little bit of research to understand what is of interest to your audience, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
you might do a
Mm-hmm.
survey to understand that, and your audience could change over time. Okay, so you
Yeah.
might want to do that, and don't be
Yeah.
scared of you know, sometimes they say out of sight out of mind, or I say don't fall asleep on it. So if you
Yes.
fall asleep or just
Yes.
think that your audience likes this particular post all the time, and they're not,
Yeah.
and then you're not getting that engagement, you may need to reinvent yourself. You may need to change your look. You may need to
Mm-hmm.
change how you post it. It might be the same service, but you basically,
Yes.
what you want to eventually do is sort of trigger some sort of emotion, trigger that feeling, and when that customer or prospect gets that feeling, is then your social media post will convert. Okay, so you're looking for that.
Yes.
So you need to stay
Absolutely.
relevant. Okay, you need to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And I think the other big thing for
Yeah.
me, in terms of giving 3 tips, is know your numbers or do social media
Okay.
analytics. I think because I'm a maths person and
Yeah.
I do look at analytics quite a lot,
You are.
you know. And
Yeah.
I mean, it tells you, it is so important because it tells you quite a lot of things. For example, it could tell you, it could identify if a strategy is effective. Okay, it could help
Mm,
you with trends, sort of identifying gaps that you might want to market to your audience against. It might help you to understand your audience interest, and more
yeah.
importantly, why you want to look at that analytics is that you want to make sure that that social message that you're sending out is meeting the right audience. Okay, so
Yes.
I think those are the three. A lot of people don't necessarily look at their analytics or want to, or on, and I think that's quite an important area, because otherwise you're just
Yeah.
posting for posting sake, right? And if you're in
Yes. I
business, you need to
completely.
have a goal. You need to have that goal. Yeah.
Yeah. And it comes back to exactly your first tip was about making sure you've got a strategy, following that through, knowing what you're posting, and of course, know who you're posting to.
Correct.
Because as you say, you can just post for post's sake and your strategy isn't executed, that's not converting
Correct.
into
And you
sales.
say social
So I
media is not
suppose,
working. Yeah.
yes, absolutely. When actually people should look inward and say, okay, what am I doing
Yes.
here? What's working? What's not working? What can I do differently to stay relevant and current?
Correct.
Like you said, the
Correct.
second
Yeah.
tip. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to take the moment to just say hello to Carol Edmondson, who's watching. Hi, Carol. She'll be coming to the event, Eva, so it'd be
Okay.
nice to see
Mhm.
her again. Hi, Anastasia. Hi, Shaquille. I can see you all. If anyone's got any comments, you can write them in. So I am here with social media expert Eva Dalgety of Dalgety Teas, and she's also speaking to me because she's going to be a woman in business
Yes.
panel at my
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
event for the second time.
Yeah.
For the second time. So really looking forward to that. We're going to be celebrating International
Yeah.
Women's Day. on Saturday, the 16th of March, and children are
I
welcome. How many
know.
networking events can you go to when there are children there? So I know on Saturdays you're busy doing the shopping and getting things done, but you can bring your children for breakfast, have breakfast with us, and join in some of the networking. Now, the reason why this networking is different, because as a result of working with me or coming to one of my events, you will pick up new networks, you will build new contacts. Eva will be able to tell you
Yeah,
that from being at my events in the past, and you will be able to build lasting relationships, which
yeah,
is what business is about. So if you would like to get all of those benefits, who do you know that will benefit from this day on Saturday the 16th of March? I'll post the link. Make sure you get your early bird tickets, which are out. Eva, any more last minute tips that you want to give? One little nugget that you might want to give away?
well, I want to say that people must come down to your event. Your last event, was really wonderful. What I liked about it, it had basically it had a clear objective, and it was well organized. And I think networking there with quite like-minded people, especially women, was very beneficial. When I go to events, I also have a goal when I go to events, whether sometimes
Absolutely.
people say, oh, you're going to an event just for financial. It's not. It's to build relationships. And I always make sure that I leave there with a couple of contacts that I could move forward. And you know what, at your event, of course, I achieved my goal. I've made a very good contact and I've since taken action with them. So, that's just another tip for
Brilliant.
networking that I think people, and use the combination of networking with social media, because social media is used to build those relationships. So, once you've networked with them offline, or in events and things like that, connect with them on social media and build that relationship. I say nurture that relationship. So just another tip, all your contacts, connect with them on social media and begin building that relationship. You don't know where it's going to take you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So on the 16th, I'm hoping
I
to
have
see
to
many
stop
of
you,
you.
Eva. I was going to say, I'm stopping you because you're giving away so much good advice. We're going to be here for ages, and we want people to come and hear you speak.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'd just love to see many of you on the 16th at March is Women's Month. So do come down and share your knowledge with us. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Share your knowledge, make the
Yeah.
contacts, bring your children. Hi, V. I have to take a moment to say hi to V. We haven't spoken for a while, so nice to see you here with us. She's also a social media expert in marketing and branding, and she's based in London. So if there's anyone up there, you can contact V.
Yeah.
I've worked with V and she's been fantastic. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Early bird tickets Saturday, the 16th of March. And I'm going to invite you, V, because you can bring your children.
Yeah.
You can bring your little munchkins with you. So everyone, come and join us on the Saturday, the 16th. Hear Eva speak and give far more tips about her social media expertise to help you grow your business, to help you scale your business, and to think bigger. Because I think, particularly when I've heard you speak when we were at another meeting, which I won't name, but I will certainly say I was so impressed because you opened my mind up to things I hadn't thought of before, and I thought I need to have Eva back to speak again. So
well, I also
to
just cut you, but I also run a social media implementation course where people could bring their laptop and work on their business. And my next course is on the 26th of March, so I just want to put that out there as well. But just connect with me on social media. Okay.
Fantastic. And is there anything else that you have to offer at the moment, Eva?
Yeah, just the course. I have one booked it's in Nottingham at the Best Western Hotel, and that's the 26th of March. And then I'm running one the following month as well on the 26th of April. So, but before then, just connect with me, and you could inbox me any questions you have. And let's just connect and build a relationship. I like to have coffee first before I take
and I would love it. I would. Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, you will not be disappointed, anyone that goes to Eva's training. I haven't been to a direct training, I'll admit that, but I have seen Eva speak for half an hour without no preparation.
I can talk for England.
Like, do I have to speak? And she absolutely smashed it. Just to let you know, I was writing down notes, and that's why I'm having Eva back a second time. She's a wealth of knowledge, so do get in contact with her. Right, I will love and leave you all. Thank you for joining us on this live.
Yeah.
And we have a few more. Let's have a look. Oh, V said she's in Antigua. Oh, yes, of course. V does events in Antigua, so she's there at the moment. and she will, oh, she says that I'm doing well. She says I'm rocking it and she's proud of me. Thank you, V. And Carol's looking forward to attending on the 16th of March. We'll love to see you, Carol. Who do you know who wants to bring their children to a networking event where they can make connections, have breakfast? You can even join us for lunch, and I'll be running a masterclass as well. So if you want any of that, who do you know? Share this video with them, and we will see you on the Saturday, 16th of March. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.